Yeah, Sam, sit down. It's so funny because yesterday I said, Sam, are you ready for your best man speech? And he said, my what? And then today he's like, oh, I couldn't let you do one and not me have one. So he said, I'm just going to wing it. And we get in the car, and he has all those pages outlined. I'm like, oh. All right, so we'll see who wins. So if anybody doesn't know me, I'm Seth. As Shane refers to me as his bigger, younger brother. I'm his little brother that's bigger than him. In the course of my preparation today, I researched. I'm not a big public speaker, so I kind of researched what I'm supposed to do. And I read that the best speech is one that has a good beginning and a good ending. But a great speech is one that doesn't have much time in between. Right? It's supposed to be short speeches. Unfortunately, no, don't worry, this isn't my speech. This is all the stuff that Shane and Juliana said I couldn't talk about. So. Put that over there, so don't worry. It's going to be a fun speech. So Shane, back in the day in high school and college, he wanted to be a history professor. He's a big history buff, believe it or not. Then one day, I think he realized that to be an actual history professor would, you got to get your bachelor's, and then you got to get your master's, and you got to get your doctorate. So it's too much schooling. I mean, who the heck would go to that much schooling, right? So fast forward all these years later, and he goes to law school. What an idiot, right? That's way too much school. Who would do that? So this is for him. It's a little bit of a historical view on the word wedding. Okay, so wed is an old English word that wed means to unite or bring together. And ding, right? Wedding. Ding is the sound of a bell that the sound of the bell that a wife rings when she wants the wife to do something, or wants the husband to do something. So just remember that, Shane. It's historical, so you got to follow it. So if anybody noticed, it's in Shane's wedding party is a cousin, brother, son. And I think that says a lot about a guy that he would have, a cousin and brothers and his son in his wedding party. Mostly it says that he has no friends. So, so not too long ago, we're sitting around the table, and it's all of us family because he has no friends. And we're all sitting around, and he's thinking, well, who's going to be my best man? And after Shane's really torn, doesn't know who to have be the best man, and we're all kind of arguing about it. And so we say, what's the only fair way to do it is, right, David, is to say, we're going to draw straws. So, fortunately, Sam drew the short straw, and so he lost. So Sam was the best man. And Sam, hey, good speech, by the way. And also, I want to say, Sam, thanks for paying for the reception and for the honeymoon. I appreciate it. Oh, you're not? Oh, sorry. Bad information, never mind, he's not. If anyone knows Sam, he's definitely not paying for it. So, for those of you that don't know Shane well, right, in Juliana's family, or anybody else that's here who's not again or something, if you don't know Shane, I'm very jealous. Okay. So hold on. Not because I wish I didn't know Shane, right? So I have no choice. But because the pleasure to getting to know him is in your future. That's a thing that I'm jealous of, because it's a beautiful thing to get to know Shane.
Whatever, dude.
And I want to make sure, though, that first conversation, for you that don't know him, I want to make sure it goes good. So there's some categories or some subjects that you really need to stay away from. Okay, so please pay attention if you don't know him well. One is mostly for Sam. Shane's bowling scores, terrible. Don't bring him up. Okay, absolutely terrible. He gets murdered every Friday when Hayden's in town. Okay. Two. The close proximity of Shane's eyes to each other. Shane thinks I look like a codfish. I think he looks like a ferret. It's kind of a brotherly argument we've had since we're about 5 years old. So. All right. Another thing to kind of steer away from is don't mention any photographs from his awkward years, okay? Everybody has awkward years. I want to make sure, for Shane though, we need to make sure you know it's from birth till, well, we're hoping he, grows out of his awkward years soon. So don't worry. Another thing, Shane back in the day, I wish I'd remember this, but Shane dressed as a girl for Halloween. And it was real awkward because we went to some party and no one knew it was a costume. It was kind of awkward. So don't bring that up here. Remember that? Long hair. It was weird. So the last thing to kind of steer away from is Shane's ability to always be late. No matter where we are, he's always late. I don't know what the deal is.
Not the wedding.
I thought you'd be late today, so thank you, Sam. We told Shane that the ceremony actually started at 3. It's the only reason he got here at 5, so thank you for getting that going. So just stay clear of those things and we should be fine, if you guys want to get to know Shane. As Shane's younger brother, I've known him my whole life, fortunately. Often the younger sibling always feels like he has to keep up with his big brother, right? And I think that's true with Shane and I. Shane's so smart, unbelievably smart, smarter than I am. He's kind, ambitious, hardworking guy, and he's always been someone that I really do look up to. But I want to take this moment, I've never have in our whole lives, to thank you for keeping the bar so low. Because I've never felt pressured in my whole life. So I want to thank you for that in front of everybody. And Shane and I couldn't be more different. For those of you that know us, we're as different as you could be. Kind of look similar, but we're way different. He likes to read. I want to play sports. He's an impulsive spender. I'm a saver, as my wife calls cheap. He likes old cars. I like cars that don't break down when I'm going to the damn store. He likes sleeping until 7 a.m. I love getting up at 6 a.m., even on the weekends when my girls wake me up. Thank you, Violet and Alice. My girls. And kind of a good story of how different we are is Shane and I study for the bar. I want to say together, but not really. We finished school in the bar. For those of you who don't know, it's a 12 to 14 weeks of 8 to 12-hour days studying full-time. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. And Shane and I didn't want to study together. We didn't actually say each other. We're like, oh, we'll see you later, right? Like, don't study with me. And we check on each other all the time. And as it turns out, later, after the bar, my mom says, oh, well, you were telling me that Shane, there's no way he's going to pass. And Shane kept telling me that there's no way you're going to pass because we study so different, right? But we wouldn't tell each other that. I'm like, oh, yeah, Shane, that sounds great. Yeah, you're going to do great. And I'm telling my mom and dad and my wife that there's no way he's going to pass this idiot, right? But when it comes down to the day to pass the bar, for all that time, and it's 6 p.m., you can log in your password to see if you passed it. My wife Tia is she made me promise like months before that she could type it in. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Type it in. She was crying, so I'm like, all right, let me just type it in. So I'm typing it in, and I pass, and I'm so excited, and we hug, and she's crying. And I call Shane, and I'm like, oh, he should be so excited, right? Or maybe not, I don't know. So I call him, and I'm like, oh, please let him pass. And I call him, and it's ringing. I'm like, what are you doing over there, right? He finally answers, hey, what's up? I'm like, what do you mean, what's up? Oh, I just got out of the shower. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Did you pass? He goes, oh, is that today? Oh, hold on, let me get some pants on. So where's my computer? I just walking around, finds the computer, plugs it in, he passes, right? So we're all happy. So thank goodness, way to pass. Despite our big differences, we passed. Man, if one of us wouldn't have passed, that would have been like the ultimate we already got enough stuff we all to get over each other. That would have been like the ultimate. I never would have left it down. So it's probably good that we broke past. So despite all these differences, Shane and I can agree on one thing, and we're very, very similar on one thing, is that we both agree that the one thing that one of the best things that's ever happened to Shane is meeting Juliana. So despite our differences, Juliana, thank you for coming to Shane's life. Okay? And Shane, you really scored, meeting Juliana. You found someone that's attractive, funny, caring, one of the nicest people I've ever met. And to see you with your children especially is really important to me, and I love that about you. Okay? And Juliana, you know, you found Shane, so good job. But seriously, you made a wonderful choice, and you know, picking my brother, and you know, you guys are very good for each other. Just, I know you both, and you guys are very good for each other, so I'm very happy for both of you. Shane, for those who know Shane, he's a little all over the place sometimes. And since Juliana's been in his life, and I know Shane very well, there's been a calming effect on Shane, and it's really nice to see, right, that I don't have that effect on Shane, but I can see that there's something different about Shane since he met her, and I appreciate it, so thank you, Juliana. He really is a different guy since we met you, and it means a lot to me that you have that effect on him, and I appreciate it, and I think it's all the better for it, so thank you very much. So the last thing, as attorneys, right, Shane and I are attorneys, fortunately, I'm our age attorneys. Something we do all day, every day, is we have to negotiate cases, and we work on these cases with these terrible clients, right? And I hate most of them, right? But the whole goal is at the end is to settle the case. We have to settle, right? Because there's no way to get paid. So we work the cases, we settle it. It's really important, really, to settle. And one thing I know, you know, Shane is a really good attorney, smart as heck, great negotiator, great at settling cases. And that's, I think, how I knew with Juliana when I met her, was that when I met her, I came home and I told my wife, I said, hey, Juliana, that girl's from my brother, and she really knows how to settle. In all seriousness, I love you both. I wish you the best, and welcome to the normal Bradley family.